Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Lucy B here. Guys, today the title is very interesting. Yes guys, today the title is the main reason why African diaspora do not want to return home, and we are going to talk about it all today. Yeah, so if you don't have anything, please get a popcorn or something and sit down and listen and take note. Yes. Okay, yeah, so guys, the main reason, number one reason why African diaspora do not want to return home is shame. Yes, you heard me clearly. Shame. They are too ashamed to go back home. Why? They have got nothing to show for. Look guys, you've been in the Western world for 20, 30, 40, 50 years, but you have no saving. I mean, how do you expect somebody like that to return home? You've got nothing to show for. You've been here all this time and there's nothing to show for. There's no saving, no whatever. It's not because like they were careless or something. No, it's because of the situation in the Western world. Yes, you all know about this, that in the Western world, all the money you work goes to bills. We have too many bills to pay. Too many. You get the money today and tomorrow you see a big money now. The following day or after a few minutes it's gone. Direct debit, take them tap. I saw one man, it's so funny. He was like trying to act about the money in the Western world. So he set alarm. The money come like this. Then he started to run quickly to the cash point. It was midnight. By the time he reached the cash point, the money was gone. You get what I mean? I hope you get that example. Yeah. So the person has been here for many years and he has got no saving. So because there's no saving, there's no money for visa, for transport to go and come back, or even if you want to return. Because if you want to return, you need to have some money to go and like keep you up for your medical or whatever. You need some money. Yes. So you have no money. Some is because their status. You know, when we are leaving Africa, you think that when you leave Africa, hey, you're coming here and you're gonna get everything. You're coming to like heaven where there's money everywhere by the roadside. No. If you watch a Sophia video, if you're from Africa, if you watch a Sophia movie, you understand? Yeah. So you come here, before they allow you to work, you first have to get your status. And how long does status take? 7, 10, 20 years. And before that, if you haven't got your status, you can't work. Forget about these people of resistance who are like coming, because there's shortage of a care worker or doctor or whatever. These people are very lucky, They come and straight they start working. Yeah, that's a different case. But our time, the people who come long time ago, like me, I came in 2003, and people who came even before me or something like that. This kind of people, you have to go through immigration to first get your status. It's not easy to get immigration status. First of all, you go through a lot of suffering. You suffer a lot, and also they will take 7 to 10, 20 years before they grant you that. And before that, you can't work. And so if you can't work, there's no money. So how do you go back? And then once you get your status, you first have to settlement takes about 2 to 3 years. In fact, many people have asked me when I talk about sometime when I came from Africa about like being here for 20 years and I've got nothing to show for. Some people were asking me question why you don't have nothing. In fact, my next video is gonna be about me, why I didn't have nothing to show for. So wait for that video. The next video is going to be about my reason. Yes. So there is no money saved. You can't go home. You can't buy a visa. You need to buy a return visa unless if you are retiring. Yeah. No money to buy visa. And you guys, you all know visa is very expensive. Yeah. The second reason why family member cannot return home is family. Like you've come here already. You move here and now you settle here. Then after that, you're married, or maybe you came with your husband, whatever. You have children here. So it's so difficult to just like, sometimes maybe the children are young. Like for me, I was home in July. When I went home, guys, after 20 years, when I reached home, I didn't want to come back. I did not want to come back. But what do I have to do? What brought me back? My child. My child is young. So, and my child didn't want to stay in Africa. He's born here. You can't blame him. And the funny thing that I did not take him home to like introduce him home before like 1 or 2, 3 times. I took him when he's already 16. What do you expect? The boy has not been to Africa. So he lives here, and these are the, the kids of this day are social media kids. And when you come to our internet or whatever, it's not like very good like here. So for him, he find it hard. So I had to come back because of my child. So, and other family also, it will be hard for them to just go like that because of their family member, like the children, they're still young. I cannot leave my adolescent child here alone. I mean, how would even people look at me? I wouldn't even I can't do that. So that is the reason why some other people cannot go back to Africa, because they first have to like stay, make sure their children are grown up before they can go back home. Yes. One point that I left about the financial is some people, they have got nowhere to go. Yes, as funny as that sound, but it's true. Some people when they are coming abroad, they sell everything. They sell their land, they sell their home. Some even they borrow money maybe from family member. And because they came here, because they thought they were coming here, they were gonna find here heaven, they have not been able to make that money, to pay back that money to their family members. So now what's happening? They have grudge with those family members. So you have nowhere to go. You've never built, you've not been able to build, you're in grudge with those family members, you're with your family members. Some even their parent or family members sell their land and then expecting, when I come to Europe where there's money you pick by the roadside, and then to their surprise you come here, there's no money by the roadside, there's too much suffering, before you get that money, you have to work your hash off, maybe 2-3 jobs, because every work you do here is the tax just take everything. So then because they could not get that money, they are too ashamed to go back. Where are you gonna go? There's no home, there's no house, you have grudge with your family members. Where are you gonna go? You are not welcome in Africa. So because they have got no saving for themselves, they have not paid their debtor or whatever, they can't go back. That's another reason that they can't go back. Yes, the third reason, guys, political turmoil or instability. You all know about the instability in Africa. There is always war within Africa. If there is no war, but still come election, when it comes to election, it becomes very hard. Every election there's gonna be violence. It will be very, very hard. These people are gonna die or something like that. And then sometimes corruption is high. I'm sorry to say this, but guys, if you come from Africa, you know what I'm talking about. So people are scared of instability. You think of like, if I come and start my business like this, maybe after when there's tension, maybe my business is gonna go down. Also my life will not be safe, that kind of thing. Yeah, so political instability is another reason why people don't want to go back. Reason number 4, guys, healthcare system, the brain drain. So most of the high qualified professional, say medical professional, has left Africa and they have gone to developed country searching for greener pasture, because they find in Africa they can't have that quality life that they hope for. They don't have that economic opportunities. Everything is just not okay, even for their children. So most of them, they move to the developed world, leaving Africa with nothing. And because of that, the healthcare system become very poor. So when this diaspora, when they think of going home, they think of the healthcare system. How are they gonna live? Because they are used to the Western world healthcare system, which they can have everything. So because of that, many people are too scared. They're also thinking about their children. They're too scared to go home. They're too scared to return to Africa because of that. The 5th reason why African diaspora don't want to return back to Africa is because of safety and security. Some African diaspora fear to return home due to those safety and security, because the way they take them, because everybody, sometime in Africa, your relative or whatever, they think that because you're from the Western world, you have lots of money. So because of that, you are a target. So like say the young youth who have, because in Africa there's job problems. So because they see you're from abroad, they think you have money. And because of that, you're gonna be a target. Everyone also gets something for themselves. So they feel like you're the person they can come and get from you. And because of that, because you're a target, most of the African diaspora, they're scared to go home because of that. And sometimes when you return, you want to invest, but because there's too much corruption, and sometimes you try to invest, but there's a lot of frauds. So because everybody think you have money, when you even don't have money. So it become very hard for African diaspora to invest back home, because they think you have money, your cash, or in Europe there's money everywhere by the roadside, you just pluck it from the tree or whatever. Well, in that case, I can't even blame African, I don't blame some of African. You know why? Because some of us, the African diaspora, when we go home, you go in big way. You go like, you brag a lot. Even when you get that loan, that credit card that you've gone with, 2 or 1 or 2 or 3, you go in a big way, showing off that you have money. I mean, what do you expect? You show off that in the Western world there's money. Instead of going home and tell the truth, look guys, my brother and sister, this money that I'm using, not even my money. I don't have money. But no, you got this credit card, you go showing off, hiring expensive stuff, and yet when you come home here, you've got to work hard to pay back. Even some of you, when you return home here, there is nowhere to return. You just mess up everything. So I don't blame the African. I blame some of the African diaspora. That's why I always say, go and tell these home people, these African brothers, sisters, the truth. Tell them that we are suffering here. There is no money. And tell them that when we are looking for work here, we are not the first priority. They don't take us first. We get the last one. the last bit. Tell them the truth. Stop bragging, my brothers. And you African, if you're listening to me, let me tell you the truth. There is no money in Europe. People in Europe are suffering because every money you work, it goes to bills. And in the end, you're left with nothing. They are suffering. When they come there, let me tell you the truth, some of them, they borrow money, which sometimes they get like, which is called credit card, some of them. So when they come there bragging, don't believe in them. Like I've seen, let me tell you guys, I've seen a friend of mine, when she's talking to our African brothers and sisters, you know what she does? She goes and wear this expensive hair or whatever. And then she has a celebrity friend. She goes to her friend's house, sit there high and like really looking shiny, and tell her brother, your brother and sister, that is our house. Instead of telling your brother and sister, look, my brother and sister, this is what I'm going through. My mom, this is what I'm going through. No, she lied to them, telling them, this is where my home, this is how I live, her friend car, everything. She just showed them. And the brother and sister, they have that expectation. Our sister is very rich. She is really on top of the world. I mean, in that case, how do you expect her to go home? That friend, she's a support worker. Oh my God. So where do you expect a support worker to get money from? How do you go home? The shame I'm talking about before. That's another reason why African diaspora. So my brother and sister in Africa, let me tell you, in Europe or Western world, like if you need to watch the last video I told you. If you know you're doing well, my brother said, don't even waste your time coming. Go and check that video of mine which I said, if you know you're already okay, you're comfortable in Africa, don't sell your property. Don't even waste time to come to Europe or wherever. Just enjoy, because I know people who, African brothers and sisters who are okay, who are rich in Africa, they have everything. They are living the good, the best life. When I went, I even admire some. I wish I could have be that. But some of them, because they still believe that there's more in the Western world, some of them end up selling up all the thing and then come to Europe. Please watch that video. This is another, let's forget about that. Let's come back for today. Yeah. Another reason why African diaspora don't want to return home is infrastructure and quality of life. Say for example, like those who have children, the quality of education there. Some other family, they worry about the quality of education. When you come to infrastructure, poor roads, and then other thing like poor cuts, the shortage of like good water, clean water or something like that. Also, that's worry other diaspora. That's why they fear to return home. Number 7, social and cultural adjustment. Yeah, some of these returnees, they feel like outsider due to language barrier and cultural shift. These people have lived abroad for so many years, so when they go back, a lot of change, and especially also for their children will find it hard to like adopt or something like that. And them also as well, maybe there are certain way, like you dress, the villager may not like your lifestyle, so it becomes something very hard. Yeah. Another reason is family and community pressure. Like I said, when you return home, your family expect a lot from you. They think you are rich. And another reason why African diaspora fear to go home is the pressure from their family. Like guys, when you're going back to Africa, your family expects a lot from you. Like when you're going home, you have to think about, say you have, like me, I have 4 sisters, 3 brothers. So that is 7 of them. And these people, each of them have children. And they all expect something from you. So you have to give to all your brothers and sisters and to all their children. And the children are not only 1 or 2, they're 6, 7, whatever. So you have to prepare something for all of them. And not only that, your aunties also, they expect from aunties and uncles and grandy or whatever. All they expect something from you. So like for me, I've been away for 20 years. I went this time. I had to take things for everybody, but not everybody as well. Because like the cousin, they expect something from this cousin. They are not alone, no. They have children as well. The uncles, the auntie, guys. So that becomes too much for somebody here in abroad who has not even no saving. And there's no, even if you try to explain to these people that you don't have money, they don't understand. So how do you expect somebody like that to return home? That's another reason African diaspora are afraid to return home. So my question is, how can we convince our African diaspora to return home? And also, I want to talk to all the African diaspora. They say home is home. There's no way you're going to avoid home. No matter how bad, whatever, all this I've talked about, I feel like it's now time for us, Africa, to do something. If you think about it, how many Africans are in diaspora? I think we are over about more than even 200 million African who are living outside Africa. So think about that. We need to make the Africa better again. So what do we do? Look at all that. If we decide, if we want to return back, we need to take some action. Yes, we need to take action now. What action can we do? Because let's say you're a doctor, you're a nurse, you're an engineer, engineer or whatever. You've been here for so long. You have all the expert in you. So why don't you go back and start to do something in your community, in your country, or in your community, or in your village? Let's say you're a doctor. You know, we have problem with when it comes to healthcare. Let's say you're a doctor. You go to your country, your town, your district, or whatever. If you can, go to your village. Open a clinic and then open it for free. But if you can't open it for free, charge something small. Just give back. Imagine Africa train you to become a doctor, to become engineer, to become a nurse, or whatever. I mean, you need to give back to Africa. They train you. You cannot take everything away from Africa. I feel like this is the time. Go back to Africa and open up that your doctor, open a small clinic and start giving back. Do help your community for free or charge something small, not compared to all the doctors or whatever in there. Give back. And you know, doctors in the Western world, they earn a lot of money. So I mean, come on, think of giving back. Don't just make Africa train you for nothing and then you take it to the West and you can't even take it back to Africa. That is not good. Do that. You're a nurse, you're a midwife. Go and open a clinic for the midwifery to support those women in the village, in your town or in the village. Open that. Engineer, go and do something with infrastructure, with technology, with so whatever. You know, in Africa, another thing is technology is a problem. Go and open something small. Open a business place where you can train young people. The young people are there. They're desperate. There's no work for them. That's why the young people, because there's no work, they resort to what? To becoming corrupt, to becoming bad people, they're the one who come now to what? To come and steal from you. But when you give the work to these young people in your community, they will protect you. Yes, trust me. They will protect. They'll say, this is our life. You cannot touch him or her. So I feel Africa, this is the time you need to give back. You know, Africa is a very rich country. The only thing we lack is the expatriate. And you've been to this Europe, you've been to wherever, to America or whatever. You have the experience, you have the skill. Go back and open something right now. Okay, guys, I didn't introduce myself earlier before, but those who have been here before, they know my name is Lucy B. If you're new here, I empower, I motivate, and to make it best most, I try to make the world a better place to be. And this is one of them. Yeah. So another thing is, I feel like we are so many African diaspora. I think we need to come together. Somebody need to come out there and bring all African together. We come together, we talk, we discuss what do we need from our president or our government. And then after we discuss everything, and then we call all our leaders and then we tell them what we need. I think it's time for us to build Africa. We cannot run away from Africa. It's our home. No matter what, whatever home is always gonna be home. There's gonna be time when you want to return home. Even though I've seen like one country, this one country shocked me. That is Nigeria. In fact, I've met so many Nigerians who tell me they don't want to go back to Nigeria. So many. And I ask them why. They say the life there is so bad. Everything is just in a mess. Even the men. So I'm like, you're a man and you say like that. How can you talk something like that? It is your country. So if it is a mess, you have to stand there and fix it. You can't run away from it. You're running away, you're coming to diaspora. This diaspora, they fix their country. So if everyone was run away, then who will have the country? You are a man. You have to stand back and fight. Have you not seen of recent, there are so many wars going on. But what happened to those countries? They stand there and fight. They fight for their country. So you are an African. How do you even open your mouth? Especially if it is the lady, I understand. Well, we ladies, we are fearful. But a man, you can't open your mouth and say, no, I can never go back to Nigeria because Nigeria is a mess. The political system is just, everything is a mess. No, stand back and fight. Go talk to your president. Tell them, look, we cannot live like this. This is wrong. Guys, sorry for this video, is gonna be long. Yeah, that is one of them. You cannot tell me that you're an African man, Nigeria, you're not gonna go back to your country because your country is in a mess. Stand back and fight. So yeah, that's why this one come in. I just want to ask all African diaspora. We are so many. Let's come together and discuss our problem. And then let's invite our presidents, our leaders, and we present this to them. Because we African diaspora, we do a lot in Africa. We also promote our African countries. So I'm sure our leaders, they will listen to us. We tell them A, B, C, D. Or if it's not easy for all Africans to come together, then maybe African from certain country come together and present your problem to your leader. Say Uganda. I'm from Uganda. Let's Uganda come together, discuss about our problem, and we present it to our president. Or if you're from Zimbabwe or South Africa, do the same. Because guys, we cannot run away from this. We have to build. Africa is a very rich country. Yes, all the natural resources of all the natural, all the good thing. We have diamond. What haven't we got? Platinum. We have got everything. arable land, very fertile. We've got silver. We've got so many things. The only thing we love is the expatriate. Why haven't we got the expatriate? We all this African diaspora moved to diaspora for so long. Look at China. You see, China is becoming now something that everyone is scared about. Chinese, they send their children to the Western world. They learn and they get the know-how and take it back to their country. Okay, now they're doing those things. They're manufacturing all those things, even though it's not like the original, but it's somewhere there. So why can't us Africa also do the same? Because if you look around, we Africa, we are the richest, to be sincere. All this European, all this Western world, they got rich because of Africa, because of taking the natural resources from Africa. Now the Chinese have started coming to take as well. Another reason why Chinese are rich, they are getting raw material from Africa. This is the truth. I don't look, guys, I don't like politics. Anything to do with politics, I don't like. I'm just giving example. So don't take me for something like a politic. No, I don't like politics. I hate politics. Not like I hate, but I just don't want to involve myself in politics. So what I'm saying is we need to build Africa. You are a nurse, you are a doctor, you are an engineer, you're whatever, you're good in technology, go to Africa and give back. Give back to Africa. You cannot learn from Africa, take all the and then go and throw it in another world without giving back. You need to give back. Time to give back now. You've been in the Western world 30, 40 years. You have the experience. Take that experience back to Africa. Let's go and build Africa. And before you know, Africa is gonna be the greatest place to live. Yes. So don't tell me you cannot. Please, guys, let's go back and build Africa. You have that small experience. Right now, look what Africa is lacking, especially technology, internet access. If you work in the Western world in that, why? What is stopping you from going back to do that? Teach the young one about that. What is stopping you? You know about mineral, how to process mineral, work in the mine, whatever. Take that knowledge back to Africa. Let's develop Africa. Let Africa become big again, great again. And to those who have no money, well, I know our brothers and sisters takes all our money. But then there's gonna come a time, if you really want to do something Africa, you have to stop all this thing and say, look, I give myself 1 to 5 years. If you've been supporting your family member all this time, I think it's sometime you just have to stop, say this, 1 to 5 years, I'm going to invest in myself first. So what you have to do, invest in yourself. If you can, go and visit Africa, see if there's something you can do, and then accumulate some money before you can return home, or even do it from here. Well, I know our Africans, they take everything from us because, of course, we African, we care so much about our extended family. That is our main problem. Like, I'm even one of them. I've been to this country, but all I've been doing is support. I've not been saving for myself. Do I blame myself? Not really. But also, yes, I do. Because I think sometimes you have to put your foot down and say, maybe I have to do something, save some money, which in the end, when you go back in Africa, you start a business or whatever, it will help all those people. But sometimes we might be helping them, and because they are not working hard for this money, they just mess it. They don't even save. Nothing come out of it. So sometimes we need to work hard. Sometimes we need to stop and save. Because otherwise we'll end up like, I seen this lady, she separated with her husband. Because when she met her husband came like 30 years ago. All along he has been doing, providing for his immediate brother and sister. Then they started having children, then for their children, and then for their great-grandchildren. It's like, he just keep sending his money to help these people. So the wife was like, come on, you need to stop now. How about us? How about our children? But he couldn't listen. So she has to leave him. So if you're not careful, you'll end up like that man. Because you'll just be helping. And in the end, you've got nothing to show for. So sometimes also we have to be wise. Help, but then have a time when you can stop and also try to invest in yourself. Yeah. When you invest, then you'll have money to go home and do a lot of stuff. And also even help those people again. But when you have something going. Yeah. So in conclusion, for African diaspora to return home, there need to be improved economy, opportunity, and business environment. Strengthen government to fight corruption and enhance security. Invest in infrastructure, educational, and healthcare. Create diaspora engagement programs with clear incentives. So guys, I hope that helped somebody there. Guys, we cannot give on Africa. Like my brother and sister in Nigeria who are saying they can never go back to Nigeria. You have to have a second thinking. You cannot abandon your country. You cannot. You have to fight for your country. Okay? So, I hope this helped to you to understand why some of African diaspora don't want to return home. So guys, if you found some value in this video, please guys, like, subscribe, share. Guys, subscription is free. If you don't subscribe, I don't know what is in your heart. I think if you don't subscribe, how should I call you? Maybe you don't have a good heart. Yeah, because subscription is free, guys. Let's take this video to 1,000 subscriber. Thank you so much. If you watch up to this time, guys, I really appreciate it, and thank you so much. And here is Lucy B. Thank you, guys. It's a weekend. I wish you to have the best wonderful weekend, and my regards to your family. I love you, love you, love you, up and down. Thank you, guys, and bye.